What if I told you a kid obsessed with thrifted sneakers and retro jerseys turned that quirky hobby into a $50 million brand from his parents' basement and is now backed by Ryan Reynolds? Stay till the end to find out the step-by-step blueprint on how you can do it too. This isn't fiction. It's the story of Ryan Vesler, the founder of Homage. Stick around! By the end of this video, you'll know exactly how he did it and how you can too. Act 1. The Spark. While other teens chased video games and movie premieres, Ryan Vesler hunted vintage treasures in Columbus thrift stores. To his friends, it was junk. To Ryan, it was magic, culture, and nostalgia stitched into every faded tee and scuffed sneaker. In college, he turned that passion into profit. He mastered the flip, scoring thrifted gems and selling them on eBay. $100 here, $300 there, eventually earning $20,000 a year from his dorm. But flipping wasn't enough. Ryan asked a bigger question. What if I could recreate that vintage thrill in brand new clothing? With eBay Cash and maxed out credit cards, he skipped the safe route. No corporate job. No full, just a dream to launch a brand that bottled the spirit of vintage sportswear. He called it Homage. Act 2. Basement beginnings. In 2007, Ryan launched Homage from his parents' basement. No fancy office, just low ceilings, bad lighting, and big ambition. The idea was bold. Create high-quality, original tees that captured the soul of vintage. Not knockoffs, but designs with story and swagger. He sourced soft American apparel blanks and printed graphics inspired by pop culture, legends, and nostalgia. Then came the pitch. He walked into college bookstores with shirts in hand. Ohio State, the hometown hero, the dream account, shut him down. Most people would have quit. Ryan didn't. He pivoted to smaller schools, knocked on doors, built relationships. Homage wasn't just another t-shirt company, it was personal. He earned trust the old school way. One handshake, one shirt at a time. And people started saying yes. Act 3. The breakthrough. Homage was alive, but not booming. Ryan printed shirts in the basement, folded orders by hand, and prayed credit card companies wouldn't call. Then came a game-changing moment. Ryan had created a shirt honoring Archie Griffin, the only two-time Heisman winner, a Columbus legend. Archie saw it, loved it, wore it. No contract, no marketing deal, just authenticity, and a design that resonated, and that changed everything. Suddenly, Ohio State, who had rejected him, took another look. They came calling, and with them, retailers followed. Homage wasn't just a side hustle anymore. It was a cult favorite, a nostalgic powerhouse, a brand that made fans feel something because it meant something. What Ryan did that most people don't. Most people wait for luck. Ryan built the foundation so luck had something to land on. Here's what he did differently. He built depth, not hype. Ryan didn't chase trends, studied culture. Every design was a tribute, not a gimmick. Lesson: care about your brand more than anyone else. Even when no one asked watching, he never waited for permission. Ohio State said no. He went where he was welcome. And won loyalty by showing up. Lesson: rejection isn't a wall. It's a compass. He obsessed over quality. Soft tees, flawless prints. Even if no one noticed, he noticed. Lesson: cheap fades, quality lingers. He listened more than he posted. He watched customers, learned what they loved. Lesson: real-world feedback greater than social media vanity. He built a movement, not just a business. Homage shirts weren't just products, they were memories. Lesson: if you want loyalty, build community. He stayed consistent. No viral breakthrough, just years of grind. Lesson: talent starts the journey, consistency finishes it. Step by step, how you can do it too. Want to build your own Homage? Here's your blueprint. 1. Find your obsession. What's your weird, nerdy passion? That's your niche. 2. Start scrappy. You don't need investors, just guts. Sell on eBay, DM friends, build momentum. 3. Be real. Authenticity wins. Don't fake what's trending. Stand for something personal. 4. Go local. Go deep. Serve small communities first. Win trust. The rest will come. 5. Pitch fearlessly. Email that hero. Slide into that DM. Package your product like it belongs. 6. Tell stories. Every product should make someone feel something. Emotion sticks. 7. Say yes to scary ideas. The biggest leaps come from the boldest moves. The takeaway, Ryan Vesler didn't just build a clothing brand. He built a movement rooted in nostalgia, authenticity, and relentless action. Success didn't find him. He made himself easy to find by putting in the work most people skip. So the real question is, what's your homage? The thing you'd build even if no one noticed. If you're ready to go from idea to iconic, let's hit pause for a second, because this is where things get real. Let us break it down, step by step, into exactly what Ryan Vesler did that most aspiring entrepreneurs simply do not. This isn't theory. This is the difference between dreaming and doing. First, he obsessed over his niche. While everyone else was jumping on the latest trends, chasing quick wins, or copying what was hot on Instagram, Ryan, he doubled down on his own weird, wonderful obsession. He didn't just like vintage pop culture, he loved it, knew it inside and out. Old school athletes, forgotten mascots, that feeling of a worn-in t-shirt from the 80s. He didn't try to guess what might work. He created what he would wear, and trusted that people like him existed. And that's the key. He wasn't selling to everyone. He was building for his people. Second, he started dirty and small. Look, most people wait for perfect conditions. The money, the investors, the office with free sparkling water. Not Ryan. He started in a basement with some eBay profits and a couple of maxed out credit cards. Blank tees, custom graphics, a dream and a hustle. No launch party, no investors, no safety net. Just grit, conviction, and a stack of retro designs he couldn't wait to bring to life. Third, he turned rejection into redirection. Let's talk about that moment with Ohio State. Biggest college bookstore in the state. The holy grail of t-shirt deals. And what did they say? No, thanks. A lot of people would have packed it up right there. Instead of crying over one lost giant, he knocked on the doors of smaller schools. He got yeses, built relationships, proved his value, grew his rep, and eventually he circled back and won over the big guys. Because rejection wasn't a wall. It was a detour sign. Fourth, he treated relationships like gold. This one is huge. Every college bookstore manager, every licensing contact, every customer. Ryan didn't treat them like transactions. He treated them like part of the journey. He sent thoughtful follow-ups, maids, personal delivery. When big names started noticing. From pro athletes to cultural icons, he made sure they felt the love. This is how you build a brand people want to rep. You treat people like they matter, because they do. Fifth, he said yes. 2 bold ideas. Most people play it safe. Ryan didn't. He said yes to weird ideas. Big asks, risky shots, like pitching licensing deals when he had no track record, or sending shirts to NBA teams just to get on their radar. That's the magic, that willingness to leap, even when the landing isn't guaranteed. Now, focus on how you can do it too. So, what if you're sitting at home thinking, okay, this is awesome, but how do I start something like Homage? Here's a step-by-step blueprint to help you go from idea to impact. Step 1. Find your obsession, not a side interest. Not this might work. Find the thing you can't shut up about. The thing that lights you up at 2 a.m. That's your superpower. Build around it. Step 2. Start with what you have. Don't wait for a loan, a co-founder, or a logo. Use what's in your hands. Like Ryan did with eBay. Blank tees and a printer. Test your idea today. Use Etsy, TikTok, pop-ups, whatever you've got. Step 3. Focus on authenticity. The world doesn't need another generic brand. It needs you. Your voice, your story, your quirks. Ryan leaned into nostalgia, weird mascots, and forgotten legends. What's your thing? Step 4. Build momentum locally. Forget going viral. Go valuable. Start small. Get feedback. Create superfans in your neighborhood, your school, your city. Use that momentum to climb. Step 5. Pitch fearlessly. Got a product you believe in? Send it to someone big. Reach out to someone scary. The worst that can happen, silence. The best, a door swings open. Step 6. Make your brand a story. Every shirt Homage released wasn't just fabric. It was a story, a memory, a moment in time. When you make people feel something, they come back. Make your product mean something. Step 7. Say yes to cool ideas. Crazy collab. Weird licensing pitch. That wild idea you're scared to try. Say yes. Because bold action is where breakthroughs live. The takeaway. Ryan Vesler turned a weird love of vintage t-shirts into a brand that's worn by celebrities, athletes, and diehard fans all over the world. But his story isn't really about t-shirts. It's about starting messy, staying true, and saying yes to the unknown. He didn't wait for permission. He didn't need credentials. He started with a weird little obsession and the courage to chase it. So here's the question. What's your homage? What's that idea you've been sitting on? That brand you dream of? That story only you can tell. It's not too late, it's not too crazy, and it doesn't need to be perfect. It just needs to start. So if you're ready to stop waiting and start building your legend, hit that like button, smash that subscribe button, click that bell icon, and join us right here every week. Because Launch Legends isn't just a channel, it's your backstage pass to turning passion into profit. One story at a time.